hope I get. I have an interview with a landscaping company. And playing this way.
Yo.
Tomorrow.
There we go.
No, it's back. It's like
Alright.
the first challenge.
Everybody, this is my good friend Cameron, and this is Marcus, and I'm Jack. We all went to high school together, and started this band about 5 years ago. We've been like on and off in terms of activity, just because we've been off at school pretty often, and you know, it's nice every summer we get to get back together and you know, keep working. So yeah, this summer is about to start. We're excited to, you know, keep working and hopefully playing some shows down in LA if you guys are in that area, just throughout the summer. Yeah, our name is to fire season. We let me make sure this pick is not going to break on me. Oh, it already sort of a little bit broken. I'll just use this nice nickel instead.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we just finished up a show, Fire Season, Slide Hill Park, Davis, April 26th.
You don't have to bring so much.
Oh,
No. It's all good. No, you can
okay.
continue.
April 26th, 2025. Just wrapped up a show. We're going to do a little interview here. So for members of Fire Season, how did you all meet and decide to form this band?
Cam, here you go.
Oh, wait.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, dude! No.
I dropped my phone.
It like slid so far.
All the way down?
Yeah.
Well, how did you guys decide to form Fire Season?
I mean,
You want to start, Cam?
I can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole process of starting it.
Or how
Yeah.
do you guys meet? And then, you know, how'd you guys decide to form a band?
Well, we all met in high school around like freshman, sophomore year, I'd say. Like we'd all been.
Not true.
All right.
Oh well, they.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll repeat that. So me and Marcus met in elementary school, but we met Jack in high school, and we didn't really like. I guess we weren't very musically inclined at the time. But when we actually started the band, it was right when like COVID was sort of like coming down, because I didn't play any instruments before COVID. And then what I did is I just like during that whole like quarantine phase, I just bought a guitar and a little dongle to plug into my laptop, and I just started like playing into GarageBand. You know what I mean? Like teaching myself simultaneously.
Impressive.
And then, you know, during the end of COVID, these guys would come over sometimes, and I would just show them like, you know, what's going on in the laptop. And then eventually we started actually like generating like some demos that sounded pretty good. And then Jack was actually like, let's do this for real. And then, yeah, that's kind of like where our demo came from.
Mhm.
Just like 6 songs in GarageBand that we just kind of put together. And
What's it called?
demo's called Vetiver. Yeah, so
That's
yeah,
that's an archive piece.
yeah, it was a very like kind of abrupt beginning, but I think it was very, it was very nice.
Serendipitous.
Serendipitous,
say.
yeah.
I would say
Serendipitous.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Our next song is called Twisted Tree.
Curtains close, ripped to shreds. Knock of time rings between our heads. Lights go out, leaving only the wind to send. You found your escape. At another's expense.
Thank you. All right, our next song.
Cool.
Yeah. You guys want to say anything?
Yeah. Oh, also, I just wanted to introduce this because I realized we didn't say our names. So
I'm Cam.
I'm Jack.
Marcus.
Yeah. Pretty much Cameron kind of covered it. Yeah, just kind of during quarantine, we just started jamming out. I would come over after work. I was working at an Italian restaurant at the time, and it was kind of like, not to complain too much, but like, it was shifts were kind of like long and stressful, so it was pretty nice to just afterwards just drive like 5 minutes to Cam's house and just work with him on some music and Marcus as well. So those were the nice our humble beginnings back in 2020 or so. You have anything to say, Marcus?
Not really.
Okay.
But yeah.
Move to the
Well,
next question.
Then that's perfect for the next question.
Perfect, yeah.
I guess what are some of the early challenges you all faced, like with at the beginning of when you guys became a band? Yeah, if there were any.
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
I guess some of the early challenges were like getting it to sound good and also like incorporating like real drums. That was one of the most unfortunate things. Like sadly we couldn't include Marcus in an album until like our second like release, like our first full length, just because we have been using like the garage. Like we didn't have any other resources. We didn't have any sort of drum kit. And then we started going to our friend's house to record, and he had an electric set, and then that's how we like recorded those into the laptop. So that was an early challenge, was like figuring out how to like personalize our music without like trying to rely on like the auto-generated drums too much. And then other than that, it was just like, just coordinating. That was the only struggle really. I feel like when we were all in high school and like living so close, it was really easy. So
And just being in college.
yeah, that kind of
separates.
but you get older, you learn more. So
Definitely.
Grasping at straws, holding out one. What am I supposed to do with my passive set? Reminiscing gets you
Why don't you guys tell me about your first actual performance, like together, like in front of people for the first time?
ooh. So yeah, I think this was like the summer of 2023,
Yeah, I think it was around that.
right? No, 2022. Yeah.
I think the first show with Marcus was at your house, right?
Yeah. So we played these two very abrupt shows. One of them was in my backyard, and then we played a couple days later in Jack's backyard. It was our first time, like the three of us, like really playing live, and I think we were all really nervous.
Yeah.
We didn't have a real drum set, but it was fun to finally like have that experience. Like we kind of just packed like my backyard and then Jack's backyard, which is like the usual. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was our first performance. It was really nice. We played like a lot of our older songs because we hadn't released like our some of the songs didn't even have names. I don't know if you remember, but we would say like this is like
Untitled.
demo, demo 3, number 17 or
Mhm.
something like that. So, but yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I just remember being really nervous. I still get really nervous. At shows and stuff. It's just kind of, how it goes. But then it's like eventually, like, what I noticed is like as we play more of them, that like period of time where I am nervous in the beginning of the show becomes shorter and shorter. And but yeah, at the beginning, I remember that like kind of like the whole time I was kind of like shivering and like you can hear it in my voice. It was like, yeah, scared, but.
No, it was cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
I
And-
kind of remember some from the first show, but like kind of also forgot a lot of it. But
Yeah, it's been a while.
I remember it being fun. I felt kind of awkward playing an electric kit, but like no one really cared. So
Yeah, right.
And I guess for those who couldn't make it today and those who have never hit Jack's backyard, and I guess for those who haven't like listened to Fire Season yet, how would you guys describe your guys' overall sound and I guess influences that kind of went into that sound as well?
I feel like whenever I tell someone about our band, I just say like we're like kind of shoegazy, but like kind of not.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know
Yeah, it's
how to describe it yet, but I feel like that's kind of the general term I throw around, and like sometimes people don't even know what that means. So I'm like,
Yeah.
man,
Like I mean, like what
I don't know.
Yeah. Like what I tell people. Oh, okay. Like what I tell people is like you guys know, like our albums, they can be anywhere from like really loud to like really like cool down. Because I feel like what we do with our albums is it's kind of like concepts. It's like we tell stories. It doesn't necessarily like cling to one genre or another.
Yeah.
So that's what I tell people is like you just have to like kind of listen to understand.
Yeah, I agree.
You gotta
Yeah.
be there. You gotta be there.
Yeah. Because like I don't like
to.
the idea of like sticking to one. Like we're not like a hardcore band. We're not like an indie rock band. You know, we're a band that makes albums that tell stories, and we make the musical choices that we make. So yeah.
All right. And then any like sort of influences that like went into that sort of storytelling? Musical influences, I guess specifically.
Yeah.
So I noticed with our process when it comes to like telling those, I guess, stories in the way that we put it, it kind of just like especially with our album Eclipse, things kind of just came together in a way that like I don't know, I want to like let people like take what they interpret it in their own way, right? But in the way that like it came together for us three, it was completely like just subconscious. Like there definitely were inspirations for that, but I would say that those inspirations were less music and more like books and movies. And yeah, I would say that that's kind of a tough question to answer because that whole process is pretty subconscious for us. It was all kind of just like happened, of course, like with working on it and like tweaking it and making it sound the way we wanted to, and then eventually it just sort of like became what it is now. So.
Are there any sort of stories or like experiences like from your guys' recording process that kind of went hand in hand, like with that sort of subconscious sort of I guess flow that you guys have, especially for Eclipse, or just any sort of interesting experience or story you guys have from that process?
Well, I think one thing that kind of shows like I feel like we've kind of like gotten into like I guess as an example of like maybe how we've gotten how do I put this in a way that like we were sort of able to accomplish something like that, all like being on the same page without really like discussing it too much in detail. I feel like that sort of came with our friendships like building up. Of course we knew each other decently well at the beginning of our band, right? But of course when you know someone for 2 years versus like 7 years, of course that's a big difference. You get to know them a lot better. I think a pretty good example of that, to answer the question specifically, is when we first started and I was recording vocals, I would like kick Cameron out of the room.
my own room, dude.
Out of his own room.
Yeah.
I would ask him to leave so that I could like
Channel it?
Yeah, I could, so that I can mess up as much as I want without getting embarrassed. But I think we're at the point where we're so comfortable around each other that honestly that's not even a problem. I'm more than comfortable singing in front of Cam and Marcus, and of course other people as well. Now we're doing shows, so I think that's a fun example for me, or anecdote.
I guess it was nice because it was like our first summer back from college, so I guess we also learned a little bit more about ourselves. So that also kind of came into the influence of the album. I mean, in terms of, because I had written just like a few of the demos while I was away at college, just like the general like things, and I think that there was just certain things I was going through during that, and it kind of just got even better when I took it to these guys, and we kind of transformed it into this like thing where we all kind of had a part of like what we had been going through and everything. But yeah, I mean that was a nice summer to just come together and really make what I think is like one of our best like projects. So
Definitely.
Marcus.
Wait, what was the question?
If you have any, or I guess Marcus, for you specifically, like was there any sort of like I guess sort of input creatively that you had in that sort of subconscious flow that Jack and Cam described for the latest album?
I mean, I feel like with drums, it's like I feel like it's just easier whenever they make something and it's like they have all the guitar and the bass part, and it's like I feel like drums is just like connecting it. So it's kind of like I hear whatever they put, and I'm like, all right, I'll put something down that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't really think that much when I like record drums or play drums. I kind of just feel like I do what sounds like makes sense.
I see.
Like-
You're the silly band member,
That's how we
No, but he
the happy-go-lucky.
yeah.
He like
the loose cannon.
he brings the songs to life though. Like if
Definitely.
it was not for Marcus,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
yeah,
seriously.
like he gives them life.
Absolutely.
I think as like a fan of you guys, you know, since I met Jack my freshman year of college, like I would say I could definitely like tell the difference between having Marcus,
Yeah.
there when you guys are recording to as opposed to like, maybe like your earlier stuff. I mean, not saying that like it wasn't good, it was awesome. You know what I mean? But I think like there's just a sort of, I think like there's a more of a strength.
This next one is called Orchids.
to the
Absolutely.
sound. I think there's more of an impact. And you know, another question for you, Marcus. How'd you
Mhm.
break your? What happened to your finger?
Oh, bro. Dude, this happened like 3 days ago. I was just playing basketball and like this guy hit my hand and it like bent and totally like dislocated and I had to go to the ER and they like reset it. But like
Kobe.
the tip of my like middle finger, like the fingertip, like was bent and it wasn't straightening. So I have this thing right now called mallet finger to where like I can't straighten my middle finger like on the fingertip. So
That's not stopping you from.
it's not stop. It's
Not
honestly
stopping.
painless. So I can't really tell, but it's more just like kind of annoying because I have to wear this like annoying splint underneath this. But I don't think anyone could tell today when I was playing that I had a messed up finger.
No,
so
look
I
badass.
couldn't tell at all. All right, ready.
Tumbling down the steps and I
I'm gonna get some water. I have in my car. Be back.
Oh. Now I have to talk to you guys.
all right, whenever you're ready.
Let's wait for. Oh, Alex is back. Perfect.
No.
All right. I noticed some new faces in the crowd. Thank you guys for coming. Sam, Mega, Lola, and Leo over there. Of course, everyone else. Thank you guys again for coming. We have 2 more songs for you guys, and we are going to play them now. All right, one more, guys. This one is the title track to our recent EP that we just came out with. Like, what was that? It was like a year ago. Wow, maybe not so recent. But yeah, we're hoping to work on some more music this summer. So stay tuned for that. Let me make sure I'm all good too. All right, last song.
Flowers and
Thank you all for coming. We had a great time. Yeah, as I said, we're probably not going to do another show up in Davis this quarter, but down in LA, hopefully we'll be playing some more shows. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, love you all. See you all in a second when I come say hi to everybody.
It looked badass. And I guess final question. Do you guys have any, I know you guys were mentioning it during the actual show, but do you guys have anything on the horizon for fire season coming up?
I think so, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Yeah. So this summer, I'm sure. Actually, Cameron, do you want to talk about your, like, with it being your last summer?
Yeah. So we definitely do have stuff coming out by the end of the summer or anytime. But yeah, this is like my last summer in California, spending it with these guys. So we're really going to try and make this one like really good. Like we've got a lot of demos in the tank, like ready to sort through. So there is stuff coming out, and we are really going to try and get ourselves out there this time
Mm-hmm.
and maybe play some shows in like LA, Ventura area. But
Wow.
we have stuff coming. So do stay tuned.
Yeah, I think to add more to the shows, thing you were saying, yeah, I definitely I know it's similar with these guys. I think we've been itching to like do some shows that all up to my backyard and Cam's backyard, but I think it's about time we break out of that and start playing in some venues in LA, and as you said, Ventura would be cool as well. Because that's where in case we didn't say,
Yeah.
that's where we're from and where we're
805.
located. Yeah, the 805. Yeah, we're the real bros of Simi Valley.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we're from Simi Valley. So pretty much everything this summer that we're going to be doing is either in Simi Valley or within like that kind of area. Unless maybe we get a gig up here or somewhere else that we want to take a little trip for. But yeah, I think this summer we're going to focus a lot on you know, like playing together and letting so Cam described it to me in a way that made a lot of sense. Like our kind of process for music has been similar to like an assembly line, where like Cameron, comes out with a great demo, and then I like look over it, put some vocals on it. Marcus put some drums on it, and then we all like look at it and like make sure that it's looking good, rather for like the master and mixing, and that's sort of like, it's been working great for us. I think we've made some great music like that. But I think what I'm really excited to do is this summer to be like coming up with the music, like while, of course having like a foundation, but really building the songs around us playing, like playing them together, and then, or playing like a skeleton of a song, and like, building up around that. And I think that's something I'm really excited for, and to perform those songs live as well, even though this might be our last summer in, at least in California. I think it's going to be really good. I'm really excited. So yeah. Marcus, do you have anything to say?
I think at this point, like, I've probably been playing drums for like anywhere from like 7 to 10 years. Like, I remember I started in like middle school, like jazz band, and I was like, drums are just sick. So like, honestly, I just like playing drums, and I like playing them live. So like, I'll do whatever it takes to do that.
Even go to Boston if you have to.
Maybe I'll go to Boston. But no, I like the drums. I like other instruments too. Like I also play a little guitar and bass, but like, not bass, but guitar. But like, I don't know. Drums are just different. But
Alright.
yeah.
Be prepared for a little bit of bass on the next Fire Season album, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
See, you'll
That we
never
need that.
know.
We need that.
We do need that.
We
You'll
need that.
never know.
Yeah.
But I guess with that was oh wait, Cam got something to say?
Actually, like same thing. Like that's kind of when I started playing instruments. I was in jazz band with Marcus, play the trombone, but I don't know, like, cause I didn't play guitar, anything, until like right after I met these guys, and it definitely was a good choice. Like, I'm really glad to like be able to live a life where I can make music with my best friends, cause like it's just so nice. It's beautiful. Like, music is great, but like doing it with people like and like you trust, like it's a whole nother thing. So, it's just anyone who's watching this, like just make music with your friends. Like it never goes wrong.
True.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So.
All right. Well, I guess that was Fire Season in Davis, California. 95616 for those from the 805 to the I guess 961 is the area code. But yeah, that was Fire Season, and thank you guys for putting on a show.
Yeah,
thank you.
Of course. Thanks for coming along, Alex. Thanks for interviewing us.
Of course.
And thank you to
DeAndre.
yeah, thank you, DeAndre,
Yeah.
for filming this and coming along and enjoying our music as well. So we had a great time. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Awesome.
Dang.
I got really scared really fast.
I'm glad you didn't like break your hands.
Yeah, geez, yeah, I'm all good. I'm worried. Did I like?
No, your butt's intact.
I'll go after you.
Why did you go so fast for that time?
Oh shit!
Like, Jack, somehow yours was the fastest. I don't know what you did.
Oh no, my
The tongue was out.
I went like straight to the side, bro. Dude, it's not straight. Marcus, don't move, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo,
Legs
manage your
wide.
shot.
Legs wide.
Oh no.
Hey, there's no way to